The 2021 BMW 4 Series Coupé. Remember the excessively polarizing BMW Concept 4 shown at the 2019 Frankfurt Motor Show? Well, some of its distinctive styling cues are bound to be trickled down to the upcoming BMW 4 Series Coupé, and we've already seen pics that suggest the oversized kidney grille as one such element. Although we'll have to wait a while to see the new 4 Series take a bow, our spy photographers caught a heavily camouflaged test mule and managed to sneak inside for a couple of interior shots. Read all about it and more in the in-depth review below. Exterior. The attached spy photos don't really say much about the new 4 Series exterior design. Sure, we know it will be heavily based on the 3 Series, which means that the Coupé will sport most of the sedan's styling cues, minus the 2 rear doors. A sloping roofline is a must, as is a tad wider rear end that would offer a more planted stance. Visually, we expect to see the same sculpted bumpers that look so neat on the 3 Series, coupled with an elongated hood, swept-back headlamps, and LED, horizontal graphic taillights. Auto Express also reports that the new BMW 4 Series will borrow some design cues from the larger 8 Series, especially in the rear area, where the strong shoulders, hips on top of the wheel wells will be beefed up compared to the 3er. It's even possible for BMW's designers to put an effort towards lowering the 4er's drag coefficient from the current 0.28 value to perhaps 0.27 or even 0.26. As for the beaver teeth front grille, it looks like it's happening, folks. In any case, we're expecting a toned-down variant of the fascia compared to the BMW Concept 4 shown at Frankfurt 2019, so it could be more in the lines of the current BMW 7 Series. Who knows, maybe it will actually look nice on the production-ready model and fit the overall theme, but we guess only time will tell. Interior. Our spy photographers were also able to snap some pics inside a BMW 4 Series test mule, revealing the cabin in all its splendor. Well, not exactly splendor, because the dashboard layout is identical to the 3 Series, and given the 4er's posher attitude and pricing, we were expecting for something unique, or at least slightly tweaked to some extent. Customers will also get the digital instrument cluster on request and a second screen mounted on top of the center console, serving BMW's iDrive setup. Just like inside the 3 Series, every button, control, knob and screen will be slightly tilted towards the driver. BMW likes its cabins to wrap around whoever sits behind the wheel, so expect the 4 Series to deliver just that to a large extent. A big difference could be made via different fit and finish options through materials and patterns that are not yet available for the 3 Series. After all, those who buy a 4 Series expect to be spoiled more, so BMW might have something in store here to set the two cabins apart. As they say, the devil is in the detail. What's more, if the stylized cockpit picture on the infotainment screen is accurate, then the 4 Series' steering wheel will look a lot like the one currently fitted to the BMW i8. That in itself would be a neat treat for buyers, as it's bound to spice up the dull-ish cabin. Moving to the rear, it's easy to spot that the seats have been resized, as in made smaller and given a cocoon-like shape. No more than 2 occupants will be able to sit comfortably in the back of that new 4 Series, something that is only natural since the lack of rear doors coupled with the shorter wheelbase will drastically reduce space in that area. Those who still want a 4er but also crave more rear space will be able to opt for the BMW 4 Series Grand Coupe, albeit later on in the model's lifetime. Drivetrain. Since the upcoming 4 Series will be virtually a 2-door model based on the current BMW 3 Series, expect it to offer a similar engine range. However, BMW might opt to offer only the most powerful mils available for the 3er, with entry-level variants being ditched completely. After all, the 4 Series Coupé will be a lot more sportier than the sedan, with slightly hardcore chassis settings that are fit for a potent powerplant under the hood. Also expect a 50-50 weight distribution ratio between the two axles. That said, let's take a look at the current BMW 3 Series engine lineup to see what might be in store for the 4er. We won't discuss the 18D, because we don't see it as a good fit for the fancier BMW 4 Series. So, since we are talking diesels, we believe the 4 Series will come in the following guises: 420D, 420D X Drive, 430D, and 430D X Drive. With or without the addition of X-Drive, the 420d will rely on an inline 4-turbodiesel displacing 2 liters, with 187 horsepower and 400 Nm 295 pound-feet of torque on tap. Above it in the food chain, the 430d would offer 3.0-liter inline 6-turbodiesel mill producing 261 horsepower and 580 Nm 428 pound-feet of torque. The 20D and 20DX drive variants will offer customers the possibility to choose between a 6-speed manual or the crisp shifting 8-speed Steptronic transmission, while the 30D model will be available exclusively with the latter. Moving on to gasoline engines, the potential spectrum is a tad broader. We could get a 420i plus the X-Drive variant, a 430i plus the X-Drive variant, and the M440i X-Drive. The 420i would pack 181 horsepower and 300 Nm 221 pound-feet of torque coming from a straight 2.0-liter mill, while the 430i would employ the same engine but retuned to produce 254 horsepower and 400 Nm 295 pound-feet of torque. On top of the pyramid, a potential M440i X-Drive would employ an inline 6 mill that churns out 368 horsepower and 500 Nm 368 pound-feet of twist. This variant could be able to dispatch the 0 to 100 km per hour, 62 miles per hour sprint in 4.4 seconds en route to a top speed of 250 km per hour, 155 miles per hour. Regardless of what gasoline engine you pick, you're only getting the 8-speed Steptronic automatic gearbox. It's also worth noting that the US won't get a diesel-powered 4 Series, those will be a Europe-only affair. Of course, there's also going to be an M4 version, but that topic will get more attention in a separate article, as more info emerges. Prices. It's way too early to discuss prices since the new 4 Series is yet to be introduced officially, yet alone make its market debut. However, we can tell you that stateside, the 4 Series Coupé starts at $44,950 in 430i guise, while in Germany, the same model is available with a starting sticker of €41,250 with the manual gearbox. What's more, we expect the new 4 Series to cost more than the 3er, which in the US starts at $40,750 in 330i guise, while in Germany it demands a price of €39,950. Competition. Audi A5. The Audi A5 can be had in the US in 45 TFSI flavor, which means it is powered by a 2.0-liter, inline-4 turbocharged gasoline unit tuned to produce 248 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. The oomph is channeled to all 4 wheels through Audi's 7-speed S-tronic dual-clutch transmission and quattro all-wheel drive. In this setup, the A5 needs 5.6 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour from a standstill on its way to an electronically limited top track speed of 130 miles per hour. 3 trim levels define the A5 range in the US, namely Premium $44,200, Premium Plus $47,100, and Prestige $50,800. Read our full review on the 2020 Audi A5. Mercedes-Benz C-Class Coupé. Mercedes-Benz's US-focused car lineup offers the C-Class Coupé in 2 iterations, C300 Coupé and C304 Matiz Coupé. Both are powered by the same 2.0-liter, inline-4 turbocharged gasoline unit rated at 255 horsepower at 5,800 to 6,100 revolutions per minute and 273 pound-feet of torque at 1,800 to 4,000 revolutions per minute. In charge of handling these resources is the silky smooth 9G-tronic 9-speed automatic transmission, which also allows the C300 to sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.9 seconds. The C304 Matiz needs the same time to dispatch the 0 to 60 run. In the US, the Mercedes-Benz C-Class Coupé C300 starts at $45,950, while the 4 Matiz requires at least $47,950. Read our full review on the 2020 Mercedes-Benz C-Class Coupé. Conclusion. There's a lot of weight to be placed on the shoulders of the upcoming BMW 4 Series. As if the controversial front grille wasn't enough to add fuel to the fire, the 4er will have stiff competition in the C-Class Coupé and Audi A5. The former has been a favorite among those looking for a plush cabin well isolated from noise and a comfortable ride, while Ingolstadt's Coupé impresses when it comes to material and assembly quality without falling behind on the performance front. So, to counteract these attributes, the 4 Series will pretty much have to deliver in all departments. Then again, this is BMW we're taking, so we're sure Munich took the necessary measures that would make the 4R a worthy adversary for its foes. Love its sculpted design, wide and powerful stance will be a hoot to drive high-tech bits and bobs inside and out. Leave it controversial front grille could turn out quite pricey, little room in the back, the interior looks too much like the 3 Series.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.